Hey, it's Rachel. I am a guilt-free positive parenting specialist bringing relief to stressed out, overwhelmed parents who want to raise responsible, confident children without bringing more stress or guilt to your life. Today I'm going to talk to you about what to do when you mess up as a parent or when you respond to your child in a way that you regret. Let's say your child has been pushing your buttons all day. She's been acting entitled and disrespectful to you. You take her to the store and she asks you to buy her something. So you lose it and say, "Are you kidding? After the way you've acted today, you've been a spoiled brat and you don't deserve to get anything for a long time." Of course you say that, because when a child acts rude and entitled, why would you buy them anything? And when you're exhausted from a day of parenting and life, it's hard to filter what comes out of your mouth. But then you feel bad. You know that those words won't make your daughter act any more responsible or respectful. If anything, they're going to make her more moody, and phrases like that could put a wedge in your relationship. But you don't have any other tools when you're exhausted, so you say things that you honestly do mean in the moment and then beat yourself up for it later. Now, one common reason that we get so upset when we mess up is that we fear that our mistakes will mess up our kids. Often we don't know how to go back and make things better, especially when we do want them to know that their behavior was not acceptable. So what do? The solution is to find a strategy for pausing before you respond and for making the best use of mistakes that will inevitably happen. So here are the tips for parenting by deposit to handle your mistakes. Tip number 1, which is the in the moment tip. Find a strategy for creating a space between your child's behavior and your response. What this means is that you have to start recognizing the signs in your body that indicate when you're about to lose your cool. These signs do exist in person. Just like your body tells you when you're hungry, it also tells you when you're about to lose your cool. Maybe your face gets hot, or you can feel your heart beating fast, or your shoulders start to tense up. Once you learn that sign, make a plan for a pause. Maybe you need to count to 100 if 10 isn't enough for you. Or maybe you need to come up with a mantra that you say over and over, like, "Don't do it." Or maybe you need to literally bite your tongue so you don't say anything you'll regret. The key is to make sure you know when you're in a bad place and not to take it out on your child. Now, it is possible to be successful with this strategy sometimes, but probably not always, which brings me to tip number 2, which is the proactive tip. Know that you will make mistakes and have a plan for how to manage those mistakes, because they are inevitable. And actually, that's not a bad thing, because if you were perfect, your child would have unrealistically high expectations for themselves and the rest of the world. And even more, mistakes can be used as opportunities to bring you and your child closer together and opportunities to teach them tools they need for life. So next time you mess up, use a strategy that I call connect and teach. After everyone has cooled down, bring up the mistake with your child. Ask her what it was like for her to be on the receiving end of the mistakes. So you could say, "What was it like when I called you a spoiled brat and told you that I didn't want to buy anything for you?" The point here is to connect and to let her let go of her yuck so it doesn't stay inside of her body. That means you can't be defensive or try to change her mind. If it helps, focus on the fact that you will be addressing her behavior in a moment. After she's had a chance to share her perspective, say to her, "I was really upset that you'd been treating me rudely all day and then asked me to buy you something. But how could I have handled that rather than saying something mean to you?" Together, you can brainstorm solutions for how to act more respectfully when someone hurts your feelings, a skill that she will need for her life. Finally, tell her that you will try to change your behavior, but that she needs to change hers too. Now at this point, since you've been vulnerable in admitting your mistakes, she's likely to admit hers too. And you can ask her what she can do differently to stop behaving in the entitled, disrespectful way that she did. The tools that she learns in this type of discussion will help her for a lifetime. So I hope those 2 tips give you some ideas for how to handle it when you make a parenting mistake. If you want more information about how to raise confident, responsible children, ask me about the Parenting by Deposit program, where I teach you how to raise kids who feel good about themselves and make healthy choices, even if you are not a perfect parent. I'll see you next time.